smell what The Rock is cooking.
What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast, coming at you from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. It's a lot going on, big buddy.
A lot.
We're going to start off with, what are your thoughts on the forever champion Roman Reigns?
Garbage, annoying. That's all.
That's all? Bro, he's been champion for like 1,000 and some days.
Almost 40 years.
So you don't have any other thoughts on it besides that?
Nah, I just don't like him, that's all.
So what if they take the championship off him?
Give it to Cody. That's what I would do.
But I guess, in Rikishi, the OG Rikishi, he had some thoughts on a podcast a few weeks ago. Someone asked him the same question. Hey, what do we do if we take the belt off of him? Okay, I understand you're tired of listening to Roman Reigns, tired of seeing Roman Reigns be champion.
Yep, that's me.
But who else is going to put asses in the seats and sell premium live events?
Randy Orton would.
Randy Orton ain't him. Randy Orton's past his prime.
What about Cody? Cody's a if, in my opinion.
Cody has a dedicated fan base, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if he's the Roman Reigns.
It's just like Roman Reigns is just garbage. He just been winning matches after matches. I just don't like that.
See, that's the power of the heel. You don't like him, and you tuning in to see him lose.
I just want him to lose this year.
But you see my point? He's selling merch, he's selling this, he's selling that, because people want to see him lose. I mean, the dude he's really good at being a heel. He's better at a heel than he ever was as a face. So I think, and I like Cody. I'm a Cody guy. I've said this on different podcasts, different places. I write for and this and that. Dusty Rhodes, his dad, was my favorite wrestler ever. Him and Bullet Bob Armstrong. If you don't know who Bullet Bob Armstrong, shame on you. Go look it up. But Dusty Rhodes was one of my favorite wrestlers because he had, he didn't have the most athletic physique, but he was a great talker. He did any kind of match you could think of. Texas death match, barbed wire match,
bull rope
matches, which is crazy. The old school ones, they ain't like the ones you see now.
I think Cody Rhodes had a bull rope match with Shinsuke Nakamura, which was pretty competitive.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
But my point to it is, I like Cody. I'm not hating on him, on the dude. The dude has really, seeing him live kind of cemented that he is a great in-ring performer.
They're trying to push him, which is very hard.
But I also think it's really hard because they've painted themselves into a corner with Roman Reigns. And now that they've painted themselves in that corner, you got to wait for the paint to dry to get out of it.
Yeah, The Rock's with Roman now.
Yeah, and that's interesting too.
That's just weird.
Why is it weird?
It's just like they're cousins, but they're in character.
They're really good though, because it's funny because like when Rock is around, Roman is very quiet.
Yeah,
he's like Solo Sikoa quiet. He doesn't say shit.
Mm-mm.
He's very quiet. He doesn't say anything. Rock is very verbose, very loud, very rock. And The Rock is very within character.
Like with promos.
He is amazing.
But when he broke character to give the kid a fist pump, I thought that was a really great moment.
Well, that's kind of who he is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we might say he turned heel, this and that, but you got to remember, this guy's a human being. He has a global fan base.
People love The Rock.
The dude's movies has made, $2-3 billion worldwide?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of damn money.
Yeah, it is.
And he has a his own little empire. Not little. I mean, he owns a professional football league.
Like,
what I mean?
That's why the ratings have been up for SmackDown lately.
They sold out in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Just to see The Rock.
10,800 seats sold. So just think about that. And
in one day.
And then think about the ratings for the WrestleMania announcement.
That could happen.
But that's what I'm saying, man. That had, 4-point-something million viewers? And that was just an announcement with with no matches.
No.
AEW hasn't had that in ever.
No,
So just think about that.
because they're B level.
I don't know about B level.
Sometimes it really depends on their.
That's
matches.
a bold statement. I kind of don't agree with that. That's kind of like taking a shot at them, and I don't think that's cool.
I know, but it's
That's not
it's
cool.
just my opinion.
That's not cool. I think TNA might be B level, and they might be going down to C level now that Scott D'Amore is out at TNA.
Oh my gosh, I saw it coming.
I did not see it coming. Reading about that story is wild as hell.
Yeah,
The dude came in.
they need to re-sign him.
That won't happen. You know what led to his dismissal? From my understanding,
I don't know.
There are a lot of reports that said that he tried to buy TNA. Said he got financial backing, went in to whoever owned it, and said, "Hey, I'd like to buy the company for this amount of money," and they fired him the next day.
That's just
The same
messed
day.
up. That's messed up.
Well, it's messed up, but what would you do if someone, he was the president CEO, and then now is saying, well, we don't want you anymore because you tried to buy the company that you are leading. I think that's not sending the right message.
No, it isn't.
And then on top of that, all the talent was with the dude.
Yeah, he was.
All the talent was with the dude.
Like Moose, Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander.
Everybody, whoever worked for this dude, said he was a people's person.
He was.
He put the wrestlers first. And then, from my understanding, the CEO of the actual company that owns TNA said, the brand was more about Scott D'Amore than the people who wrestled, which I think is bullshit.
It is, yeah.
I think that's bullshit. I think he was making strides. He had brought back, the TNA thing, not just Impact Wrestling, but called it TNA again. I think that was a big stride forward.
It was, yeah.
And he had just had his Knockouts champion in the damn Royal Rumble.
That was an incredible moment.
He's had 2 knockout champions in the Royal Rumble. His former knockout champion, Naomi, was in the Royal Rumble too. So just think about that. When the last time anybody thought about TNA like that? He had Nikki James in there a few years ago.
Yeah, he did.
He had Naomi. He had freaking Jordan Grayson out this year. So now we're going to take all these steps forward and then take 10 steps back. So I don't know if they should have fired him. I think they probably should have talked to him. Hey, look, man, we really like what you're doing, but we don't want to sell the company right now. Go back doing what you're doing.
That could have handled the situation a lot better.
I agree with you 100%. That would have handled the situation better. The talent would have been happy. It wouldn't have been a big influx of how they do things. Now,
I don't know how Moose is going to retain that belt now. I don't know.
that's the same. That's what I was just about to say. Is Moose, now that D'Amore is gone, is Moose the future of that company?
Yes, he is.
I don't know, man. He's later on in, he's long in the tooth. He's a little older, and they have a lot of older wrestlers.
Yeah,
they have a lot of older wrestlers. The only thing they have youth wise is in the women's division, the Knockouts division. The Knockouts division is better than AEW's women's division.
Yeah,
they are, with the exception of a few people like Britt Baker, now Deonna Purrazzo, and what's the old girl's name? The champion. Toni Storm.
Toni Storm, yeah.
Those are 3 women at the very top, but the rest of that division is kind of weak.
Yeah, it is. It's really weak.
It's really weak. And I think the AEW did the right thing by bringing Deonna Purrazzo over.
Smart.
It's very smart. She's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
She's a really good wrestler.
She's going to be feuding with Toni Storm.
Because she's a competent in-ring person, too. She's not like some of these other, some of these wrestlers in AEW are just not polished. And you can see it.
But in TNA, they're almost polished.
TNA Knockouts, their champions are pretty good. They don't usually have a bad champion.
Like Jordan Grace.
She's been champion more than once.
3 or 4 times now.
And I mean, look at Mickie James. She's been champion a bunch of times over there.
A lot.
So, and like I said, Deonna Purrazzo is Knockouts champion.
Bunch of times.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
All of them are good. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamic between what's going to happen with these belts and with that company and them going forward without Scott D'Amore. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Well, shifting gears, we're going to talk about Matt Cardona. Is he the Indy god right now?
Yes.
I think he is too.
He almost beat EC3.
Yeah, in NWA for the NWA Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Should he be given another shot?
Yes.
Or even go to AEW?
I think he should get one more shot.
I don't know.
Just one more.
It's interesting. He even posted something about Scott D'Amore. He said, "Hey, this guy gave me a shot after WWE fired me, and AEW didn't want me." He said that, and I was just like, "Damn." And
that's true.
And from my understanding, Matt Cardona's easy to get along with.
Yeah, in the locker room.
Yeah, he's good locker room dude, easy to get along with, and he'll wrestle any kind of match you want him to wrestle.
Yeah, you remember his rivalry with Joe Hendry?
Yeah, I mean that dude will go in front of a crowd of 1,000 people, a crowd of 100 people, and he'll wrestle.
Yeah,
and he'll put on a good match.
I think he was the digital media champion or something.
Yeah, I like Matt Cardona, man. I don't think he was done fairly.
No, he wasn't. As Zack Ryder.
Yeah, I don't think he was done right.
No, he wasn't.
But I think right now, he's the top indie guy, he and Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Ospreay signed his contract with AEW, but I think Matt Cardona, because he is, he's internal. He's from America. People resonate with him because he is outlandish. He says crazy stuff. He goes out and wrestles any kind of match he wants.
Wrestles every day.
Every week. He wrestles anywhere, anytime. If the check is there, he does not care. He will go.
Yeah,
and I like that about him, man. Mm-hmm. And I think people like him make wrestling fun.
Yeah,
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I know we mentioned The Rock earlier. I think we do want to see a heel Rock.
I do.
I do too.
I'm down. I'm
down too.
Yeah.
Like we were joking about it. Al and I talk wrestling a lot, and I laugh about it. It's like when Rock comes on with his black wife beater T-shirt and his gold chain. You know what time it is. It's time for heel Rock, right?
What The Rock is cooking.
The bloodline is cooking.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
I think I see The Rock turning on Roman Reigns.
You know what? They showed a picture. I think it was Ringside News, and they showed he said he's going to cost him the WWE Championship, and when he was pointing at Roman Reigns. It was an interesting picture. It couldn't speak tinfoil hat time, but it was an interesting picture to see, and you start thinking about it. You're like, is it really?
It's gonna happen.
Will it happen?
But I don't know about Seth turning on Cody. Like, that's gonna be a shocker.
He's like Randy Orton, man. Never trust Seth Rollins.
Never trust Seth Rollins or Randy.
After that bullshit with the Shield and him hitting them with those chairs, you remember that?
Yeah, that was so good.
It was good, but it kind of hurt my feelings because I was like, he turned on him. He turned on his brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hard to see it because it's like you wanted the Shield to go on forever.
But, like, one stable can't last forever.
We've been saying that for years. One stable, the Four Horsemen had to break up. Evolution had to break up.
Yeah, that was sad. Evolution was too good.
Undisputed Era, they kind of broke up. The Bullet Club kind of is not how it used to be.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see that dynamic and that shift. I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I said, I'm here for heel Rock, corporate Rock, Hollywood Rock, however you want to put it. I think that dude is it. And I think he's helping people kind of forget about Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Like, I think he's going to put over Cody.
I don't know. I see. That's the thing. I still like The Rock. I like him as a heel, as a face, anything, because he is very fun to watch. And once he's on TV, it's hard not to watch him.
Yeah,
he come on. Even they showed the video of him pulling up to Salt Lake City in his truck. That got like 100,000 views. Just a 30-second video of him pulling up in his truck.
That's a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not even a 30-second snippet.
No.
So it's just amazing the kind of magnetism he has. So I'm just like, bruh, if he can do that and make people stop talking about Vince, I'm okay with it.
Me too.
Because I'm one of the guys, I've been watching wrestling my whole life, like you. And I want to see it progress past what it is now. It's amazing how much it's progressed from the time I started watching. I started watching wrestling when I was little, and we had Continental Wrestling and Southeastern Wrestling. Yeah, you don't know nothing about that. It's defunct now, but it had a lot of people come through, like Sid Vicious, the Big Boss Man, Jerry King Lawler, Austin Idol. Like I point out, the Armstrongs were through there. Just a lot of good wrestlers, man. And, growing up watching that, that would kind of help me shift toward WWE, the bigger than life people. Faces were faces, heels were heels, good guys and bad guys. And it was just, like I said, just something to behold, man. Now it's just, it's just so much bigger, so much brighter, and it's everywhere. You can access it 24 hours a day.
You can.
Yeah. You can watch, we can watch anything we want on Peacock. And they got all WWE's catalog. They have ECW. You can go online on freaking YouTube and watch TNA, NWA, Power, anything you want to watch. And it's just, it's very humbling coming from where I come from to now to be able to watch, all these different matches and then even talk about it on our own podcast.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But yeah, I'm here for heel rock.
I'm here for it too.
Shift gears a little bit more. Jeff Hardy, man. What's up with this dude?
I don't know. He took a bad bump with Sammy Guevara.
He did.
That wasn't Sammy Guevara's fault.
I don't think it was Sammy Guevara's fault either.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not, and let me preface it by saying I'm not a Sammy Guevara guy. I don't like him.
But he puts on great matches.
I don't like because of the rapey comments he said about Sasha Banks. That's really off-putting, and it stuck with me for years.
Yeah.
Because if that dude, you could say, it was locker room talk. He was just messing around. You don't mess around like that, man.
No.
You don't. So, push that to the side and talk about the Jeff Hardy match. That was not his fault.
No, it wasn't.
Jeff Hardy has lost a step or two in the ring.
Lately.
And that match was bad looking.
Yeah, it was.
It was bad looking, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been seeing a lot of people post stuff about Jeff Hardy and all this other stuff. It might be time for him to,
hang it up.
Hang it up, man.
He needs to hang it up.
Before he really seriously injures himself. I know the paydays are good and stuff like that, but long-term health.
Well, like Matt Hardy was worried about his brother.
Yeah, he got mad at Sammy Guevara. And I'm like, dude.
For no reason.
Well, that's his brother. You get mad about someone hurting your brother too. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You have an emotional reaction. That was an emotional reaction.
Yeah, it was.
I understand that. But, I'm going to preface it by saying I don't think that was Sammy Guevara's fault.
No, it wasn't.
If you go back and look at it.
I saw it.
Yeah. Jeff kind of botched it.
Yeah, last minute.
Yeah. His timing is not there. I don't know if it's ring rust or he just...
I think it's ring rust.
Or he just not... I don't know. I don't want to even speculate because I like Jeff Hardy. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. He's one of my wife's favorite wrestlers too. So it's hard to watch him go from, winning the WWE Championship to where he's at now. It's kind of depressing. I know he struggled a lot with injuries, with substance abuse stuff, with alcohol. And I just want him to do well because I really like.
Me too.
I really like the Hardy Boys. I like Matt and I like Jeff.
Yeah.
Those are two guys that we're similar ages, so I kind of grew up with them, watching them with their careers. So it's hard to watch him deteriorate the way he's at now.
It's hard for him.
It's hard, man. It's hard. I saw a report come out about Chris Jericho. That dude is the highest paid wrestler in AEW.
I did not know that.
What? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What the actual F?
How? Chris Jericho has a lot of fans around the world.
He do, man, but he's got some issues going on too, man. And that it kind of explains a lot. Now that the Vince McMahon stuff has broke out, and he's been really effing quiet about it, and then he defended Vince before.
He's been very quiet.
Yeah, and then he defended Vince before when he paid off those other ladies for sexual assault and harassment, and now he's super quiet now. And he's got his own little charges. Not little. He got his own, accusations against him too.
Yeah.
And now this explains a lot. This is why they wouldn't get rid of his ass. They pay him a lot of money to be on TV.
Yeah.
If he was not the highest paid dude, I guarantee you he'd be off TV.
Yeah, for good.
For good. He has a lot of he has accusations just like Vince. Not like Vince. Let me preface it by saying alleged accusations. I'm gonna be very careful how I phrase this. He has accusations from other people. But to make a longer story short, you're gonna pay that dude at his age, at his physical level, and make him the highest paid dude in the company? Okay.
It's not a bad thing.
I'm not trying to be ageist, but the dude is not the Chris Jericho you grew up with, Alan. He's not the lion tamer, Chris Jericho. He's like the dude that ate and lion.
True that.
He's like a shadow of his former self. You know, he's kind of doing the Ric Flair thing. He's getting paid off his name. Even though he's going out wrestling and stuff like that, and he was their world heavyweight champion, whatever you want to call it,
undisputed champion.
He's not the same dude. He's not the same wrestler.
No, he isn't.
He's got nagging allegations against him. I don't know, man. I think Tony Khan, like we said earlier about painting oneself into a corner, he's painting himself into a corner with Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I really do. Jade Cargill, from my understanding, she's been pulled from the Elimination Chamber.
They're trying to save her until WrestleMania. Like for a WrestleMania moment with Bianca Belair.
And it's a lot of people going back and forth saying she can't wrestle, she can't do this, she can't do that. You know, she's put on 50 matches in AEW.
Guys, stop being ageist about her.
No, they're not being ageist. They're just being real. I don't think she's a great wrestler either. She has the Goldberg thing going on.
Dad, come on. Let's just not go with Goldberg, okay?
Well, we're not talking about... I'm doing a comparison. I'm comparing her to another wrestler who had a similar streak, who lost, and then he went to a different company, and then he kind of got exposed that he's not a good wrestler. And she's kind of like the same way.
You know some people are going to throw shade at you.
It's my podcast. They can go to hell. I don't care if they throw shade.
Like Jade Cargill, when she won, when she did the Royal Rumble, I didn't know she was incredibly strong.
Oh, I knew she was incredibly strong. She's an incredible athlete.
She picked up Nia Jax like nothing.
No, I agree with you. She is an incredible athlete. She has all the physical tools. She has the look that everyone looks for.
Yeah. She was third runner-up, which is okay.
But my point is, she's not put on a match like Bayley and Bianca Belair or Charlotte Flair, or even or Becky Lynch or Rhea Ripley. Those people can really wrestle.
Yeah, they can.
Tiffany Stratton can really wrestle.
She qualified, which is good.
I mean, look at Lash Legend. She can really wrestle.
Yeah.
And these people have been at it for years.
They need to do it.
But they put in Jade Cargill, the top of the card, the bottom of the card. Man, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
I don't know about that. Well, let's end with a positive note. The bounty hunter, Bryan Keith, he's all elite now. He's a Texas wrestling legend. He's going over AEW. Oh, at least he signed a contract. I know he's with Ring of Honor. He's wrestling matches down there. I've seen some of his stuff online on YouTube because I was curious about who he was. That dude he's been around a while, man.
Long time.
You know, a decade and some change.
Longer than Keith Lee? Tough one?
I think in looking at some of their background things, I don't know if they've wrestled together or wrestled against each other before, but they're from...
I think they've been partners before.
In Texas, yes.
Yeah, they've been
Texas,
partners, yeah.
But that dude is a really good wrestler.
Man, I miss Keith Lee. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I know. You know, we're gonna keep him in our prayers. He was one of our favorites in NXT.
Yeah, they just waste him. That's messed up.
Yeah, but getting back on track, what we talked about for Bryan Keith, you know, glad to see he's on TV now.
Yeah.
I know it was questions about who he was going to be signed with and stuff like that. But I really like him.
He's pretty good.
I like his bounty hunter gimmick. I think it's really cool. He has a really good look in the ring, and he's a really good wrestler. Built like a fire plug, though. He's not very tall, but he is, he's a very physical wrestler. Physical style of wrestling. I really like him. Wish him all the luck in the world, man. I cannot wait to see him tear it up in AEW Ring of Honor.
Like, what about Samoa Joe's promo with Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland?
I like Joe. I think Joe is awesome.
I think he should retain, in my opinion.
He probably will.
Yeah, Swerve Strickland's going to put up a great fight.
Yeah, he will. But, back to Bryan Keith, I really think that dude is they're getting the building blocks for his success. I really hope that one day we will see him as AEW Ring of Honor champ.
That would be amazing.
I think so too. Well, y'all, that's it for me. You got anything else, big buddy?
Nope.
Next time, see you around.
Bye.